I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everyone.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's going on? Look, we got more things to talk about with you guys today. Talk about amongst ourselves as well. Here are our opinions on it. We're I hate to say it. I'm getting good at this. And I'm getting good at it because I'm starting to be able to predict things that are happening. Now, the other day, Josh, you came to me with an article saying that, Amazon is going to basically be completing their Rings of Power show despite ongoing striking within the WGA.
Yeah.
Now, on face value, I'm not gonna, it's not your fault. We're all guilty of doing it. I've done it before. I've actually got bamboozled by what was it? You know how they have those scooper websites on Twitter and stuff that discussing film. Or there's another one called debussing film or stuff like that. I've been kind of fooled a couple of times by articles, so I kind of been figuring out read the whole article. Now this article kind of makes it sound crazy because it sounds like, hey, they're gonna start filming season 2 and write a whole script and do all that stuff. Turns out that this show, the time that the strike happened, only had 19 days left of filming. So everything was written out. The most of the show has been filmed for the most part.
Yeah.
So now it's all up to them to just finish those 19 days without having to rewrite, without having to reshoot. You know what I mean? Even after that, in post-production, no rewrites, no reshoots, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So this one, I thought that Amazon was going to be fuck them, you know what I mean? And just go ahead and just start producing the show. But no, it sounds like they're already towards the end. This one was one in the chamber already, getting ready to fire. You know what I mean? So they're going to have to be less reliant in post-production and in these last 19 days that they have, or maybe even less from the time that they put out this article, maybe about 17 or 16 days. But it sounds to me like they're still good. I mean, I thought that they were going to cross that line, but they're still in the good book for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're hearing this. What do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought it was gonna be bigger. I thought because the article did make it sound a lot more drastic, but it's gonna be hard to find that line nowadays between not just between the strike and who's supporting and stuff, but what things came before and what things are coming after. You know what I mean? Because I think Deadpool 3 already said that it's good to start shooting, but now they can't do rewrites or reshoots.
Yeah.
So I think now we're going to start seeing, not just from 2007 and 2008's perspective, but we're going to start seeing movies in raw form. You know what I mean? We're not going to, the MCU kind of relies on reshoots and, touching up shit. You know, we're going to be seeing things in its rawest form.
Well, we're sure going to have a lot of movies that is Rise of the Cobra, Revenge of the Fallen type shit. We're going to have some of those. MCU still has a chance. They still have, breathing room to, make adjustments. Hopefully the strike ends, sooner than later. But for right now, it doesn't seem like it's slowing down. If anything, the fears have been fanned just a little bit in these past few days. So now, the Hollywood Reporter did an experiment, okay? They basically made a 30 Rock scene. Now, if you haven't seen 30 Rock, it's a TV show, I believe, on ABC. And the Hollywood Reporter basically fed them the information that they needed and asked it to write out a scene, basically, that would be within the 30 Rock, universe or whatever, and basically put it up so people can read and see if ChatGPT actually works. We actually have a script on who says what. I mean, I kind of wanted to read it with you, and to be honest, you're going to be playing the second character in this in these little things, so we can kind of see whether or not
Well, I can't even read that from here.
What? Are you blind?
Yes. You know this.
My man's is blind. What if I go ahead and move this whole page right over here closer to you, big boy? Right there.
That still doesn't help me.
You still blind? You got glasses?
Not on me.
How do you live your life?
Normally.
So you're going to make me read this on my own? I got to, act both scenes? Both parts?
Well,
I got this.
Oh, Jesus.
This is my time to shine.
Give me the name of the goddamn article. I'll read it off my fucking phone.
It's on the Hollywood Reporter. You better pull it up right now before I do it on my own. I got voices. Got the voices.
Hold on. Hollywood Reporter, WGA strike, and AI can write a funny 30 Rock scene. Okay.
You got it? You're going all the way to the bottom?
Hold on. Yeah.
All right.
Who am I reading?
Okay, I'll do Liz Lemon if you do Twofer. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll do Frank too.
Okay.
Since Frank's in there a couple times. All right, here we go. Liz Lemon starts, all right? It's the daytime. So it says this is the scene. Liz Lemon, Twofer Lutz, and Frank are huddled together in Liz's office looking serious. So Liz Lemon, here we go. Okay, guys, we need to talk. It's time for us to take a stand.
I agree. We're not getting the respect we deserve.
And I'm tired of being the butt of every joke. Frank says, plus, we're getting paid enough to put up with this crap. That's right. We're going on strike.
But what are we striking for exactly?
Respect, fair treatment, and better pay. It's time for TGS to recognize our contributions. Oh, that's another character.
And we're not going back to work until we get what we want. I've never seen 30 Rock. I don't know any of these.
I don't know any of these things. I hope we're doing a good job, but you guys get the gist of it. I mean, sounds pretty. I mean, I'm sure it's about
if
how the
30
actor.
Rock, you know exactly how 30 Rock acts. So
Yeah. I'm assuming by the act. I mean, these lines don't seem too bad. Kind of short. There's a couple outstanding ones where they kind of go on for a second, but
yeah.
It's mostly just banter back and forth, and I don't know. I can't really make a comparison because I have never seen 30 Rock. It sounds like it's a lot of banter back and forth. So I mean, it could be good, but hey, I mean, if you guys seen 30 Rock, I mean, it'd be nice to know whether or not they did a good job.
Does that sound on par with?
Did we do a good job with our acting? I feel like my accent was.
I don't know. I just
peak.
This sounds like a slippery slope. We're kind of diving into the dangerous area where if a Hollywood Reporter can pull something together real quick for an article, what will a movie do? A 30-minute scene, an hour. Eventually we'll be getting full on scripts, and I think that's dangerous, especially in the climate we're at, where people are on strike to preserve their jobs.
Yeah, because like I said, fanning the flames, it makes you worry more because you're just like. And this is a big thing, I'm sure, for writers too. Is is this going to put them out of the job? Now we did hear, like I said in the last episode, that there is a scooper out there, Jeff Snyder, where he said that execs have been shopping around and actually been testing ChatGPT to see if it works, and then they may possibly just hire a human or a person to just go ahead and do rewrites and add those finishing touches. Hollywood Reporter being able to do this and this in a quickness, people being able to make AI art and AI little movie trailers and scenes and stuff like that. AI is going up, and I mean, I'm hoping this doesn't take people's jobs. I mean, robots taking over the world, Skynet, Terminator.
I don't think we're that far yet.
That's what they want you to believe. The robots.
The robots have no idea yet. They just know that we kind of abuse them for a while. It's not till they start realizing that is when we got a problem. But
is that your phone standing up?
If I can pull out a gun. So you read us all along, no, bro. But it is a very dangerous thing to be playing with. So beware of all that.
Yeah. But one person who seems to be standing right next to the writers is David Zaslav himself. shooting down the claims that he's cost conscious. This is coming from the Variety, saying that he's glad that the writers are on strike. All right. This is what he says. He basically says on day 4 of the strike, saying, in order to create great storytelling, we need great writers, and we need the whole industry to work together. And everybody deserves to be paid fairly. So our number one focus is, let's try and get this resolved. Let's do it in a way that the writers feel that they're valued, which they are, and they're compensated fairly. And then off we go. Let's tell great stories together. I mean, what do you think about that? Is that heartwarming for you?
Yeah, it sounds very nice, in the right direction of where things need to be going. If someone like Zaslav can, see through and know that writers are important and stuff, then it's a very nice step in the next direction, because that just means, well, hopefully anyway, that CEOs will start rallying their companies behind them too.
Yeah, and I was gonna say too, when I first read the article, I was like, after reading it, it kind of calmed me down. In the beginning, before I read it, I was like, oh, really, Zaslav? If you care about these writers' pay, why not just pay them more, right? I don't know if unions get in the way of that. I don't know if he's not allowed to pay more, because, if he pays this person more, then, this person is not getting the fair shake. You know what I mean? Or is it because in the contract it says this is how much they're going to, need to get paid for writers or whatever. This is the kind of steps that you have to do. And he only plays by that. I don't know. The way I see it is that, companies never want to look like the bad guy. They're never going to be like, yeah, we're getting chat GTP. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're going to obviously, be like, oh yeah, we're for the people and, for the workers. But, those actions didn't really reflect that before they went on strike. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We didn't even hear a report saying Zaslav was one of the ones who wanted to, make writers get this much money since the get-go. Mm-hmm. Or anything. I feel like that would have made headlines and news as well. Or if, when he said that, say why you didn't say it. You were gagged for whatever, you know what I mean? But him saying it now after, 4 days after the strike, not even on the first day 4, I'm just like, are you just doing that to, keep them happy? Are you one of the people that wants to shop around for chat GTP? You know what I mean? Were you one of those people? Because the scooper said every single industry, basically big head in the industry were looking into chat GTP. What makes him singled out? You know what I mean? And maybe that's just me. Obviously I see that glass half full, but at the same time, with businessmen, you never know, bro. You never know. And I just rather, be on the defense than just be like, yeah, he's making the right move,
Honestly, I think I see where you're coming from. But that's the thing. It's hard to see what's genuine and what's not. It sounds nice and it sounds genuine, but yeah, he could be bullshitting just to be like, oh, this will rally the people and be like, whatever, go see The Flash. But no, you know what I mean? Right. Push his own agenda.
It's so good. I watched it 3 more times.
Push his own agenda, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I think all we can do right now is just take it for face value. And granted, it could be very easily be greedy and stuff. He needs those people back so his movies can come back and do well. But I mean, him being the first has to say something, even if it wasn't the first day. You know what I mean? It's not like Netflix is out here, Disney's out here, Bob Iger and the CEO of Netflix coming out and being like talking their shit. But he was the first one to do it. That's what I'm saying. So maybe hopefully other CEOs can come out and see that also.
And they just kind of follow suit. Yeah, exactly. I get you. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Zaslav, I know a lot of people think that he's one of the best to do it. He's one of those higher up, CEOs who started from, the ground and made his way to where he's at now. So I'm trusting that he knows how it's like to be at the bottom floor, and you know what I mean, remembers that, and just wants to, help those people at the bottom. You know what I mean? Because that's what I always say. Yeah. I always say one day when, when everything happens, when this podcast takes off even further, hopefully, in the future, when, I'm at that point where, I'm the boss, I want to treat, the people at the bottom the way I would have wanted to be treated. You know what I mean? And like, I know like nowadays some people do and they have that compassion, but there's some other ones that really just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I just feel like everybody at the top should be like that. Remember how you were at the bottom and help those people at the bottom. Don't be like, I had to take shit, so you have to take shit. You know what I mean? Everybody got to take their own share of shit. But if you can lighten the load a little bit, lighten that load.
Basically.
It is what it is, though. We'll have to see what happens with this whole strike. These little reports will be coming out. Who knows how much more, conversation we might hear up front from these people, because as we know, talk shows are also down because of the strike. So it's gonna be an interesting few months for sure, depending how long this lasts for. Moving on though, reports are saying that the only Carl Urban himself might be playing Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. Me personally, when I heard these news, I know a lot of people were kind of freaking out about it. Me personally, I think we could have done better. I think I like him as an actor. I think he would play a good role, in my opinion, but we could have used him somewhere else. And I think they could have used, like, I know it's probably generic, but like Ryan Reynolds was somebody that came to mind as Johnny Cage. Yeah. I know, I was kind of thinking, what's his name? John Hamm too. If he were to whip into shape, I feel like he would do pretty well. There was a few people on my list, so I'm Carl Urban. I feel like he's a safe bet. I would say. I would think safe.
Yeah, instead of trying to get very scarily accurate, because I think there's a few people that fit the profile. But I think I can see it. But we definitely could have done better. There's no reason that we settled for him and stuff. I know that sounds fucked up. It just I think we could have also done better. But this sounds nice. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, if he's in this movie, like, he's one of those actors for me. Carl Urban is one of those actors where, like, if he's in a movie, I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean? I think he does well in all the roles that he does. I liked him in Star Trek. Dredd was great. A lot of people say they know him from Dredd, but the OGs know him from Lord of the Rings. So, fuck all that noise. And I like him as an actor, and I will watch this movie, even though I didn't really like the first one. Not gonna lie, I kind of thought it was a little dumb, but I guess hopefully they master the craft in the second one, and we get a good performance out of Carl Urban too, if he's signing on.
Oh man, if Chris Pine was younger, I could have seen him.
Oh yeah, huh? I mean, he could still probably. Oh no, he kind of passed that mark, huh?
Yeah, he's a little old. Damn. If he was younger, he would have been nice.
Yeah. Close enough, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, they did their best they could, fit in that profile of, like, just being a badass superstar and kung fu addict and whatnot. So, I mean, I imagine he'll do good. It's just, out of all the names...
If Brad Pitt was younger, too.
Yeah, like, if all the names were to come out of a hat, like a young Leonardo, I could see him.
A young George Clooney.
Like, see, like... If we were to pull names out of a hat, he'd probably be the last one to pull. But I mean, good luck. I can see it happening for sure, though.
Just cast Tom Holland.
Hell no.
I don't know what's up with Tom Holland, but everybody just want to cast him in every role. I think we talked about this in a different episode, but that shit happens.
I think maybe I'm tripping. What, Mark Wahlberg? Maybe. Oh, bro, you know who? It would have been perfect for this.
Who?
Tom Cruise.
Too old.
I know, but he would have been perfect. He already has that. I think he has that mentality.
Yeah,
sure.
That attitude like him. Yeah. I see that. Damn, if he was younger, that would have been clean. Unfortunately, he's not.
Damn.
But neither is Carl Urban, if we want to keep it a buck. I don't think he's that young anymore. And Johnny Cage is supposed to be like this young, or is he like a middle-aged actor?
No, he's like a middle-aged actor.
Damn. I don't know. I don't play a lot of Mortal Kombat.
Oh damn, he's 50.
Carl Urban?
Yeah.
Oh, he don't even look 50. So older, but way older, but like I don't know. Look, it'll be interesting. We have to wait and see if
he pulls it off.
Yeah, if he signs on and says yes. But I mean, I guess that's a safe bet to do. I could see that. I would. I have a couple names in my head, but I guess, right? I guess so.
Yeah. If I imagine he'd do well. You know what I mean?
Very good.
Yeah. No.
Moving on though, something that we've finally got confirmation, and even with the strike, who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, this seemingly happened after the strike, anyways. But we got a little tidbit into the not the next Cloverfield, but the Slush Show website that is connected to Cloverfield has just went back online after being offline since the last movie. I believe it was Paradox. A couple years after Paradox, it wound up going offline. Now people found out that it's back online, and a lot of people are speculating that this might be the beginning of a new Cloverfield movie. It's been a while since the very first Cloverfield that made it a surprise hit. We had 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was an immaculate movie, and then came Paradox, where depending on what side of the fence you are. Me personally, I love Paradox. This is one of the scenes right here that was in it. I loved Paradox. I think it was very trippy. It was different. I like how it was announced too at the end of the Super Bowl, and it was just brilliant advertisement in my opinion. And it wound up just going straight to streaming. But last year in 2022, I believe in September, we got a little tidbit that it was going to be going into production pretty soon. Does this website coming back on, is that like an indication like, hey, we're getting the ball rolling?
Well, wait, what's the website?
Slush Show.
I don't know what that is.
No, you never seen it in the. Have you seen the Cloverfield movies?
Yeah.
You seen them all?
Yes.
Well, in the Cloverfield, I believe the first one, there was a website that you can see on Homeboy's, I believe, phone or computer before they, obviously it's a video camera movie. Yeah. And you could see the Slush Show thing in the first one. Okay. And every single time a Cloverfield movie is like gearing up to like come out, in the past few times, that Slush Show website was always on, so it never gave that big of an indication. But after Paradox, because it was straight to streaming, that it didn't do too well. But it was a streaming movie, you know what I mean? It's not really, obviously gonna be different in my opinion. Yeah. After that one, they shut it off, I believe, a year later. And now that it's back online, people are like,
it could be another one.
Yeah, that coming up.
Nice little subtle hint.
Yeah, I mean, we did get a word from one of the producers that it was from Bad Robot, saying that there was gonna be another one. We didn't have a date or when it was gonna happen, but a lot of people think it's an indication that this might be the right direction.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I've always enjoyed small little hints. I know I just found out about this, but this sounds really cool, Yeah. Like, I like when movies do this little subtle thing where if you're a real fan, you'll watch closely and see something's coming.
Yeah, exactly. Like little Easter eggs here and there. And I think that's why, like, and I'm not trying to, toot his horn or anything, but that, like, Zack Snyder, he has a lot of fans who they decipher a lot of his stuff, and I think that's what Cloverfield has been doing for a while too, where you got to decipher, and James Gunn is getting into that space as well, and you got a lot of directors who like to play with fans, you know what I mean? So it's great,
and it's nice, it's nice little call to the fans to be like, hey, if you really know my work and you really want to see another one, you'll understand what this is saying, and like if it's wrapping up another one, cool. Because I enjoyed Paradox. I don't know. I want to say I liked the Cloverfield Lane. And then the first one was kind of cool.
Yeah, Matt Reeves
I don't know what it is
did
about
a good job.
Footage movies, but some of them were hit and miss for me.
Yeah, some of them aren't that great. Sometimes I just don't like the whole camera moving when like action's happening. But I feel like Cloverfield found a good balance, and when you finally got that reveal, like, it was epic. It was epic. It was crazy.
Goddamn aliens.
Yeah, man. It's great. And even the end of Paradox, when that reveal happened at the end, and we see the monster here on our screen, but like that shit was crazy too. That was insane. I was like, man, when are we getting more? Because I really love all those movies. Yeah, no, I think they're great.
Very, very nice like twist to a kaiju movie.
Yeah, man. It's insane. Like, I don't know. I think, and I can go into this a little bit deeper, but like I'm gonna keep it simple. Like when the first one came out and 10 Cloverfield Lane came out, nobody even knew it was connected. Nobody even knew it was part of the franchise. But at the very end, when that reveal happened and it like merged it all together, it was like, whoa, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like it was just it was a big old like mind blown.
Yeah, the way they set it up, it's like it's very, like you get the feeling it's connected, not just from title or name or whatever, but they do it in a way where they keep the mystery till the end, and you're like, oh shit, like
yeah,
not like we know it's connected somehow, but the fact that they do their best to hide it and then make a twist to it at the end, you're really like, damn, that is very nice.
It shows the dedication to this. Bad Robot, J.J. Abrams, bro, you guys are doing your thing. Matt Reeves, thank you so much for the first one. Can't wait for the next one. It's been a great ride so far. I am a fan of all these anthology movies, to be honest. That's basically the best way we can put it. Yeah. That they're just anthologies. Mm-hmm. But moving on, though, we also had a word from Kathleen Kennedy herself saying that she's looking towards Bond movies to help her eventicize Star Wars, if that makes sense.
I don't know what that means.
Eventicize? Like, turn it into event movies.
Star Wars movies are already events, I think.
Was. They was.
Oh, well, I
mean, they were, but then we stopped. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but
and after Rise of the Skywalker, and then Solo, like it just left a bad taste in people's mouths.
Well, yeah, but I think at the end of the day, they were still events. People gathered there to watch Star Wars, and it was this big spectacle. Like when we just saw the Return of the Jedi. What do you call it? That shit felt like an event. Like we've seen the movie before, but on a big screen full of other people, like that like I said, like an event.
When we're in the theater, it just felt oozing with energy. Like everybody was there for the same thing.
Like it always felt like that.
Some motherfuckers are there for different things, barking at the screen. But
if you walk out with a bad taste in your mouth, then okay, that's a whole different thing. But while you're sitting there and watching the movie, like that's an event. That felt like an event to me. And then, but I don't know what else that could mean. If she's looking toward bigger movies, bigger things going on in movies, then set up that shit. Like, take your time and set it up actually, because that's the only way you're gonna get there.
Well, her quote says, she's because she was asked by Empire when the 3 upcoming movies would arrive, basically asking for dates, right?
Yeah.
She says, I've often brought up Bond, that's every 3 or 4 years, and there wasn't pressure to feel like you had to have a movie every year. I feel like that was very important to Star Wars. We have to eventicize this. Nothing is likely to hit the multiplexes until at least 2025. It's much better to tell the truth that we're going to make these movies when they are ready to be made and release them when they're ready to be released.
Interesting way to put it. Still weird. Still very weird. That's just look to Bond movies for inspiration. I don't know, cause I've never seen the Bond movies. Maybe that's why I can't wrap my head around it. But that just feels like the wrong direction. Like if you wanted to make a Star Wars espionage movie, we kind of already got that with Andor. You know what I mean?
Well, I get what she means, because Bond does take their times when it comes to movies. I think in between movies, it was like 2 to 3 years, depending, and then by the 4th year, it's either been already playing in theaters or is barely going to be released.
Yeah.
And that's because they take their time to make the script and everything. It didn't work out too much for Quantum of Solace because of the strike, but the rest of the movies pretty much did what they had to do. And I think she was referencing a little bit what happened when they first got the Disney deal, right? They had to put out a movie basically every single year when they first had the deal. They put out The Force Awakens. Right after that, it was Rogue One. Right after that, it was The Last Jedi. Right after that, it was Solo. Right after that, it was Rise of Skywalker. So it was like, a lot of people were like, well, damn, they're just pumping them out way too fast. You know what I mean? And say what you will about Rise of Skywalker, say what you will about Last Jedi, but depending on what side of the aisle you are on both of those, like you saw either a decline at the same time as an incline. You know what I mean? Decline in storytelling and consistency throughout the movies, and an incline with like visual effects and CGI and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I would say that's kind of like where the split started happening, and that's when, you know, the fandom just ripped it apart and shit is just all over the place now. Now they try picking up the pieces with the Mandoverse and all that stuff, which is a good way to go. But the last Star Wars movie was in 2019. We're already 3 years out and still haven't gotten a Star Wars movie. So we're going to wait another 2 more years for another Star Wars movie. It's like, I think we're at the point where we've been starved enough, and I think you can put out a Star Wars movie. I don't think you need to wait until 2025. But for her sake, she needs to stop announcing stuff until they're ready to be put out, until they're ready to be filmed, because I said this will happen with Rogue Squadron and another couple movies that she wanted to greenlight, Kevin Feige's movie, you know what I mean? Taika Waititi's right now that we talked about last episode, like these movies that she said herself that we're gonna supposedly come out, but yet still nothing. So I just think it's more on her part to keep her mouth shut, make compelling movies and stories, and then put them out when the time's right.
Honestly, yeah. Because saying things are gonna happen versus doing things are gonna happen are two different things. Especially in Hollywood and in her chair, you know what I mean? You can't tell me that this movie's coming. Have me waiting for this movie and then it never come. You know,
make a whole video for it and jet pilots and hey, my dad.
Exactly. So like, I think she just needs to get it together, and Star Wars needs to make movies already.
Yeah, I need more Star Wars movies. I've been starved enough. Enough's enough, and I've said it. Enough's enough. I need more Star Wars. Somebody else who's saying enough's enough, though, is Marv Wolfman himself, the writer and co-creator of Deathstroke, tweeting out a couple days ago, and I quote, "Listen now, hear ye, gather round the plug both headphones in if you've only had one in, put them both in. Listen to what I gotta tell you, because this man just made it gospel, and it needs to happen." He writes, Ben Affleck says he wanted to use Deathstroke in his aborted Batman film. Based on everything I've seen him direct, that would have been so incredible. As Deathstroke's writer / co-creator, you gotta make that happen, he says. The co-creator of Deathstroke says, #make the Batflick movie. I don't know who else we got to talk to make this happen. But if the creator himself said that Ben Affleck would have made an immaculate movie with his character, and we don't get that shit out of my fucking face. I don't want it. Pattinson? Bro, that's not what I signed up for. I would have much rather had Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman versus Deathstroke. You know, the brutality, the craziness, the combat. And what did we get? Creaky leather and a bunch of internet nerds duking it out on top of a stadium, leaving Batman to be the symbol of hope. Isn't that Superman's fucking job, dude? This is some bullshit, bro.
Yeah, no. Oh, fuck, dude. I didn't even know he said that. That's crazy. I guess that makes more sense about all the buzz I was hearing, because I didn't see that tweet. I did see everyone else and what they were saying about Deathstroke being a Batman villain. And that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, no. This movie has to happen. I need Ben Affleck to come pull it together and give it one more chance. Give it another shot. Just give us what we want. And then if he wants to call it quits, go ahead. One and done it, honestly.
I'm sure he would too. I'm sure he'd come back if they said, "We'll make you your script
James Gunn's
with what you want, the way you want to make it. You tell us the story, we make it, we'll do it." He will do it. But if it's for James Gunn's Batman, his DCU, in his words, not mine. Ben Affleck's words, not mine. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If that doesn't tell you what you need to know, bro, that's it. I can't spell it out. I can't.
He has his own plans, and unfortunately, as much as people want to say James Gunn, is doing right and whatever with DCEU and stuff, even though we haven't seen a lick of anything, it's clear people don't want a part of it. Or some people don't want a part of it. I'm sure his friends are having a blast, but it's clear that Ben Affleck and whoever else just want to do their own thing, and they should be allowed to. Label it an Elseworlds movie, a continuation of where he was left in BVS or
after the Flash,
Zack Snyder's Justice League, whatever the fuck you gotta do to set it apart from your universe, James Gunn. You should do that. That way, people will be like, okay, this is feeding the Snyder fans and those who like Ben Affleck's Batman. Whatever. And then just let us have the moment. Because, my God, as much as people want to riot about the Batman, like, I have my feelings towards it, and it's not my favorite thing, and I don't know if I want to. Okay, I know we're going to have to check out the second one, but I'm not really looking forward to the second one, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
It's just.
Here's my thing. Okay, and I'm gonna bring this up, and I'm gonna reiterate one more time. If they make the Batfleck movie, right? We know that's probably not gonna happen. You want to know why? Because David Zaslav himself said we're not gonna have multiple Batman running around. So why are we gonna get Robert Pattinson's Batman Part Dos? And also James Gunn DCU Batman.
Exactly. So it's fine having multiple Batman around as long as they're not problematic and don't, go on their own path.
Right. But unless we call it here right now that Pattinson's gonna go ahead and be James Gunn's DCU Batman. I mean, that's the only if there has to be a way to connect the dots, that's the only way to connect the dots with the information that we have right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We have to wait and see on that one. I'm still very skeptical on that theory. I don't know. I need that Ben Affleck Batman movie for sure. That Deathstroke, and I honestly, Joe DiMaggio's Deathstroke. That's all I need. That suit looks so crisp, man. And the fact that it was only
what a waste.
One cutscene just out of our grasp.
What a waste.
Fuck. God damn it.
What a waste.
It would have been so nice.
That test footage. Oh my God. I still remember that test footage we got.
Yeah. Like, bro, give us what we want. We want this. We don't need creaky leather Batman, bro. Fuck.
Some bullshit.
I am fine going on record and saying that I do not need a Robin, even my favorite Robin, on screen. You know what I mean? Like, just give me Batfleck back fighting Deathstroke. That shit will go ham. God.
After that epic rant, we must move on now. But we will revisit this when more develops. Yes, because I'm like I said, if the co-creator and writer himself says that it would have went hard, that guy to tell you that shit would have went mad hard.
Something has to come from this.
Yeah, man. Man. But moving on, it's okay. Woosah, breathe. Moving on though. So we all heard that Cillian Murphy is going to finally play a lead in a Christopher Nolan movie, and that Christopher Nolan movie is going to be Oppenheimer. And while he was talking about Peaky Blinders of last season, he wound up getting asked how is it to finally be the lead man in a Nolan picture, and he said that he was desperate to be in one. So he says, I have always said publicly and privately to Chris that I'm available, and you want me to be in a movie, I'm there. I don't really care about the size of the part, but deep down, secretly, I was desperate to play a lead for him. He says that he's so understanding and self-deprecating, and in his very English manner, he says, I've written a script. It's about Oppenheimer. I'd like you to be my Oppenheimer. And he says that it was a great day. We have this long-standing understanding and trust and shorthand and respect. It felt like the right time to take it on a bigger responsibility, and it just so happens that it was a huge one. I think it's great. I think it's fine. I think it's fucking phenomenal.
It's about damn time.
I think, in every single Christopher Nolan film, he's been in there. Him, Tom Hardy, you know what I mean? They've been kind of like in every single one of his films in some sort of capacity or another. And I think it's amazing. I think it's great to, build relation. And this is what I mean. Tom Hardy doesn't work with him in every single movie. Cecilia Murphy, more than I think people realize, have been in more Christopher Nolan movies. I think that's like, they're like this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So him finally getting his shot I think it's great.
For sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That's amazing for this man. He deserves it.
And just in case, for those people out there that are like, well, you don't have that same energy for James Gunn with his wife and his brothers and whatever. Shove it. They're not related. They're friends. And on top of that, they're good co-workers. To the point where, he did every single role for him. It was small, huge, it doesn't matter. And now he's finally getting that lead position. You know what I mean? Even did a cameo as Scarecrow once again for not only The Dark Knight, but also for The Dark Knight Rises.
Exactly.
So, I don't care. I think that's a totally different thing. And I am proud of Cecilia Murphy for finally getting to this point.
It's different. It's like having someone that gets your work and will bring it every single time, like Jordan Peele and what's his name, the one that he's always working with,
Keegan?
No, the dude, the one that he had in Nope and then
Get Out. I don't remember his name off top.
Well, that guy.
Yeah.
Like he says that they are like this and that he can't wait to work with him again. You know? Like that's different. That's working. That's building a relationship off your work. And, just understanding what to get from your director as an actor and whatever, and then you as Matt as the director to your actor, like if you two are this close, your movie's gonna pop off. You know what I mean?
Because you trust each other.
Exactly. You can't you throw your wife, you throw your brother in that shit. Feelings can be complicated. You know what I mean? So imagine he's just one day they decide to fight whatever, and then he's like, hey, I need you to act this scene, and then his brother all of a sudden decides, well, no, fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm not doing all that. So, like, that can get complicated. It's different. It's very different between a working relationship versus being related and a working relationship. Very messy things. It's different. So, yeah, like he said, shove it. No.
Shove it. So, it's great. Finally, Cecilia Murphy being the lead man in this Nolan film. We've seen him in other things. He's a great actor. I think in every role he does phenomenal. So, love him in Red Eye. I think he does a phenomenal job as a Psycho. I loved him as Scarecrow. I think a Psycho is just like the best thing for this man. He does really well in other roles.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see Oppenheimer though.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, dude. Christopher Nolan, don't miss. He don't miss.
That's why he's the god.
Oh well, I mean, have you seen Tenet?
No.
So he might have missed. I haven't seen it either. I don't know. I gotta watch it.
That was good.
Huh?
I heard that one was good.
But have you watched it?
No.
Then he might have missed. If you haven't watched it, it's been years. It would have hit your radar if it was like a mean old hit.
Maybe. Who knows?
Or maybe it's a sleeper.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe we just gotta be woken up.
Wake up. Hey, don't fucking hit me.
Go watch Tenet.
No, you watch it.
Go watch it right now.
Shove it. No.
Go. I'll finish this episode up. Go.
No.
Moving on though. It sounds like somebody ain't coming back to Hollywood. So it seems. Amber Heard, the bed shitter herself.
That's fucked up.
The bed shitter herself reportedly moved to Madrid after the trial and is now living out there with her child, and just basically from the report saying that getting away from all the noise, and this is coming from one of her inside people talking to the Daily Mail, saying that she quit and relocated to Spain with her daughter Anuga. I'm sorry, her daughter's name, it's Oonagh, Anuga or Auga. I don't know. It's a crazy name. She says that Amber Heard is bilingual in Spanish and is happy there, raising her daughter away from the noise. And she says that I don't think that she's in a hurry to return to work or to Hollywood, but she will probably come back when the time is right and for the right project. So it seems like, I don't know, is Johnny Depp making a comeback? Has he like been cast in anything?
I think he said he's slowly coming back. I don't think he has anything concrete.
I don't even know if he's been cast in anything, to be honest.
I think the last thing we heard from him was that he is taking a hiatus also, but he does plan on coming back.
But he's not doing anything right now.
Not right now.
Last I seen, he was like on stage with somebody playing a guitar and shit.
Johnny Depp does music? Actually, surprisingly enough, a lot of actors do music, and I had no idea. Like, did you know?
Go ahead.
Did you know what's his name does music? The dude that plays Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Renner. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No. It's kind of. Then I found out kind of trash, but I mean, it is. What it is.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying it's good music. I'm just saying that they do music. Yeah. Like I think it was when I found out that Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark, and I was like, what the fuck? He used to be a rapper, and then. I always knew Will Smith was a rapper, but when I told you that I found out Jazz was his like DJ and actual producer, I was like, well, damn, I had no idea. A lot of these actors do music. I don't know if it's good, but I know they do it.
Yeah, some of them do good. So apparently he is coming out in a new movie. It's called La Favorite. It's French. It's not Spanish. Like, I don't know how like French goes, but La Favorite, that's what it's called. It was supposed to be titled Jean du Barry. It's a biography about a French what? I don't know. So it's something about French. It's supposed to come out May 16th of this year.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Oh, I didn't know either. So he is coming out in a couple movies. Amber Heard basically got dropped from everything. We haven't really heard too much about her. We know that her role got reduced in Aquaman 2, with some even saying that she should be completely cut out. Now, is this friend correct? Yes, she can come back. I don't think that she's done something completely horrendous to the point.
It's not like she's a criminal.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically.
What?
Domestic abuse is criminal charge.
Oh yeah.
I
know.
Yeah. Don't beat on your partners.
Well, no. Okay. Well, I didn't think she actually got charged with like anything. I thought she just lost the case. I didn't know she was being charged with anything.
Oh well, technically, yeah, she didn't get charged. Yeah.
That doesn't yes. I knew domestic charge was a thing, but I didn't know. I thought.
Yeah. Okay, I get you now.
She's not in trouble with the law.
Yeah. No. She just had that defamation. She had to pay Johnny Depp the amount of money that she needed to pay. She still had money to go to Madrid, which is crazy. It's crazy. Being rich is a fucking trip. But she hasn't really had any roles. She can come back. She can come back in the future. Now, was she a crazy good actress? I mean, the only role where I was like, wow, she's actually pretty decent was in obviously Zack Snyder's Justice League as Mera. I kind of, enjoyed her. She did okay in Aquaman. I thought she was decent in there too. The first movie, fun fact, that I told you that I kind of like saw and was like, kind of bad.
Yeah.
With Nicolas Cage and it was called Drive Angry. Well, Amber Heard is in that movie. And that was kind of like one of her first roles, and she's kind of meh in that movie too. I still got to show it to you. I'll probably show it to you later, but yeah, we haven't seen her in anything. There really hasn't been any words about her at all, except for maybe her fan accounts. But other than that, it's like lost in limbo.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not. Yeah, no. It's not like she's like her husband, where she's a great actress or whatever. She had her moments, and I did enjoy her in those movies you listed off too. Like, I think she did a fine Mera. Like, she did pretty good. But I don't know. I don't think it's a loss or a win that she's gone. I just think that she decided that she's embarrassed and tucked her tail between her legs, left the country, and then I'm sure she'll be back eventually when that money runs out.
Yeah, when when she's like, okay, I think it's time. I think I'm good and nobody's going to bombard me with, because she was taking a beating by Johnny Depp fans. My God, like, I think when the trial was happening, like when Johnny Depp's car would come in, everybody be cheering, and then when she's in there, it's just like dead silent. Yeah, I think at one point somebody said "fuck that bitch" or something, or "fuck that bed shitter" or some shit like that. Like, I was like, man, I wish we had this podcast when that trial was going on. We would have had a blast, man. Bro. We would have had a blast. But she did lose a lot, and well deserved. I'm not saying that, I mean, she lied, right? And she did a defamation lawsuit. Even to the point where she did a defamation lawsuit in a different country because she knew that she would win there. You know what I mean? Not even here in the US. She went to the UK. And then, now that she finally got found out here, it's like, oh, everybody was in Johnny Depp's back pocket, and I'm going to counter sue, when she was first out. And that one interview she did when the trial was over was crazy. She said that the lawyers made people believe him, and that Johnny Depp made them believe him. And she was like, well, how'd you think he did that? And she goes, why wouldn't you believe the guy that made you believe he has scissors for hands or something like that? And I was like, Jesus. What? I've never believed that, not once. I was like, that was in a movie.
Scissor hands?
Yeah, like I seen him in scissor hands. I was like, he really put some scissors in his hands. You know what I mean? Like, my man.
Method acting for real.
My boy was like really committed to this role. I wonder how he's gonna get him out though. So she already went through it. All right. There's no point in like dragging her even more. If she learned her lesson, I wish she would just come out and apologize. And she could probably still be doing Hollywood. You know what I mean? She could have been like, look, we're toxic to each other. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it was all one-sided. I think Johnny Depp did some things too. Maybe not to the extent where he, physically abused her, but like, maybe she did that or whatever. And, they leveraged things on each other. And that's where that toxic relationship came out of. So she could have came out, apologized right after the trial, and could have honestly been doing a little bit better, but she probably thought it was too hot. Her lawyers were fucking dog shit, like fucking dog shit. It didn't make any sense why you had those people as your lawyers. You could have found somebody better. They probably saw your evidence and were like, you're not
the bed, my guy.
Yeah. Like, did you take a shit on that bed and you want me to defend that? Like, it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know how they could have done it. It's crazy. The bed shitter herself went to Spain, and she's shitting on beds over there. So hopefully she's good. And I mean, her coming back as Mira is probably not going to happen at all.
Well, no.
I think WBD just wants to wash their hands away from that.
Yeah, for sure.
They're probably watching Aquaman too. Like, damn, man, we really filmed this movie with her in it. Like, you know what I mean?
What the fuck, bro? No, like, yeah, no, it's not good.
Even Jason Momoa said that he didn't like her, that she was unpleasant. You gotta believe that, man.
Yeah, no, he's very genuine. Like, he's the one actor I feel like I can hug and everything will be alright. No, like it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just his vibe is very like, like feels authentic,
very mahalo.
Yeah, it feels very authentic.
Very good. But yeah, so Amber Heard on a hiatus. Who knows when she's coming back? Who knows if she will come back? Nobody knows.
Are you bothered by the fact that she isn't here? I mean, honestly, come on now. We know that y'all don't even know her from a single.
And if you guys say yes, that you are bothered, is she threatening to shit on your bed for being bothered? You know what I mean? Like, or not bothered. I don't know. I don't know if she has the poop grenade on your head or something. But it is what it is. But that's going to wrap up our show today, our episode. So if there's anything, that we should have talked about, what we didn't, anything you want us to talk about, any movies you want us to review, and if you want to support us in a big way, Josh, go ahead and let them know where they can do all that.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up, and you can engage with us there. If you want to listen to us on the go, Spotify and Apple Podcast at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to support us, you can hit up our Buzzsprout link. They are all in our bios in the social medias I just listed. And then go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
And with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.